Weah. 12 years. Those children deny and deprive themselves of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness just to support George Weah. And that was understood. That was understood by every Liberian. Because they had their eyes on what? On the presidency. They supported Mr. Weah through the senatorial election. They dished Robert Sedi to the side. After Mr. Weah served in the Senate, I believe for 1.5 years, those same young people, after putting their life on hold for 12 years, they went and voted for Mr. Weah and made him president. But for the past 5 years, look at how Mr. Weah's life has changed over time. He got condominiums that he never had. Mr. Weah got multiple or quadruple bank accounts. And Mr. Weah today is back to the life of luxury. But the very Liberian young people that voted for Mr. Weah, with their loyalty, putting their life on hold, there is nothing. There is nothing they can be proud of today. Where my man Yaya that was here, Jenna? Yaya, you here? Where is Yaya? Yaya, are you here? Because this time we'll be calling sedition out now. Where is Yaya? Are you here? Because you just posted something, you said yes. 12 years. Where is Yaya? You see, the sedition that live in the white man land here, they see how their life continue to improve, right? But then all they will do, they will come on different platforms and say, yeah, George Weah for 12 years. But they don't understand how Liberians back home are suffering. So Liberians, 17 years, you put your life on hold for George Weah. 17 years. And what did George Weah give you? Nothing. Nothing. You know, it is one thing for you to be in a situation where there is no hope. To say, you know why? Especially for some of us, when we were growing up, we never imagined that we're going to get any opportunity. Yes. I never imagined, because those who were in charge of our destiny, we had no connection, we had no decision to make at that time. But not in the case of sedition that supported George Weah. They made him president along with other open-minded Liberians. And how are they being paid? By George Weah and his guys riding the best cars, opening the biggest bank account, building estates and mansions, and then you're the young people in our country. There is absolutely nothing there for you guys to show. I challenge any sedition listening to me here right now. Give me 5 to 10 young men and women who are acquire vocational skills under the George Weah program. Give me the list of 10 to 15 people across Liberia under the George Weah plan. But when you ask any Liberian just one question, what George Weah did after he became president, they will tell you he paid 29 units. My own man Samuel Toda never had nothing for himself today. Nothing. Ran away from America here. Today, Samuel Toda now can now be passing around now and giving money that did. Nathaniel McGill, the Costa said he used to sleep in a swamp. And all the frogs, after 17 years of other sedition and supporter of the of the of the, 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 Today, Nathaniel Mangione now they have become the prime minister. Liberians, don't make that mistake. You are getting old every day. It's better to try something new with your mindset and with a decision. 17 wasted years is not something to take for granted. 17 wasted years. Not even 1 year that Weah and Mangione took out of there to give it to you guys. They took all 17 years and benefited themselves. They took all 17 years and benefited themselves. You know how they used to live before. Look at Weah and Weah picture before. Look at Nathaniel Mangione picture before. Look at Samuel Toy picture before. They are in no position able to say that nobody ever voted for them. That's how selfish and mean those people are, Liberians. I'm not talking about myself. And I'm sure those who want to convince you not to vote for. You see, you can still be a sedition, but don't vote for George Weah. You can still be a sedition. You can remain a sedition. But you just have to vote for a party candidate that is willing to work with you. They're not going to give you that lost 17 years because it's a lot of years that you are lost. But sedition, you must work with somebody who will understand you. That will tell you, say, I understand that you lost 17 years. But we can help to reduce those years you lost. Today, George Weah is dancing Buka dance. But how many sedition and how many supporters can dance that Buka dance? How many of them? Because George Weah is a happy man now. When you see people dancing, it means that they, only on happy days, happy events, are those days that you see people dancing. Whether it is evil dance, it's nothing else but dance as well. So sedition, supporter of CDC, you don't have to be member of the ANC party. Because the only hope right now is the ANC. I'm telling you. I don't need nothing from Mr. Cummings. I don't need nothing from the ANC. But I am telling you guys, your only hope is the ANC party. I don't give a damn what people say. Y'all know me. Y'all already know me. If Mr. Cummings start to screw up, I will tell you before election. But I'm telling you now, your only hope is to get around Mr. Cummings. And I can assure every citizen, I am getting to know all the ANC BB people there. If you find out that any ANC B man talk to you by way, just bring that name to me. Citizen and supporter of Joseph Boyka that want to see a better chance, a better future. You don't have to be an ANC member. You see the people in Pennsylvania that voted for Donald Trump, not everyone of them were Republican, not everyone of them were Democrat, but they were not happy with how they call it. They were not happy with the Obama administration. They voted against Hillary Clinton. And then after 4 years, they were not happy with what he named Donald Trump, and they got rid of Donald Trump. And that's how you can still maintain your party, but your decision can change so that your party can remain responsible. If you continue to support a party that destroys the country, you will not only be wasting your future, you will also be destroying the party. There are times that you can say to your party here, no, we have to try somebody else because you have done bad things to us. And this is where I am coming from now. This is where I'm coming from now. The only party in our country right now that I can tell any Liberian to vote for is the ANC party. Why? because the ANC party has never taken leadership in our country, and for any reason they are giving that opportunity, excuse me, you can rest assured that even if Mr. Cummings doesn't do well after the first 6 years, just how you guys need to stop George Weah because he has not done anything after the 6 years, that's the same thing you need to do to Cummings. Get Weah out of there and give Cummings only 6 years. I haven't met Cummings before to have the conversation that I had with him before. I met Mr. Cummings and I'm connecting to Mr. Cummings. But one thing I also want you to understand, Mr. Cummings had never been president before. Same thing with George Weah. 6 years ago, when I started to talk for George Weah, I said, y'all got to give Weah a chance. Because Weah has never been a president. So we cannot judge Weah like that. And many of you guys listen to me and other people. Now I am coming back. This time I'm telling you that you can remain with your party. You can still be a sedition. But you need to understand that George Weah took 17 years of your life. And George Weah today is dancing in the street while you are yet to put your life together. The sedition that in America, they are not telling you that their life has never been on hold. Sedition in America, yeah, they got many opportunities here. But you on the ground, you need to look at the 17 wasted years. And all Mr. Weah can do. Mr. Weah cannot go anywhere and start to brag that you see sedition, I put their life on hold for 12 years, plus my 5 years, make it 17. There are many sedition in a country called Liberia now who are plumbers, who are carpenters, who are electricians. Mr. Weah cannot dance to that achievement. But Mr. Weah can only dance to the achievement of his personal accumulation. Samuel 12 will dance to his achievement or his personal accomplishment. Mange will do the same thing. Every one of them in our government will do the same thing. So we will be talking more and more about this George Weah not being loyal to sedition. See, loyalty is a two-way street. The young people from 2005 put their life on the line for George Weah for 17 years. And George Weah became president and never returned that loyalty back. So sedition, I want you to understand. The 17 years, what you think you could have done with 17 years of your life if you were in any situation that provided you an opportunity? What do you think you could have done with 17 years? A lot of things you could have done. 17 years behind a party. They celebrated their 17 years. And all Mr. Weah was able to tell you is to sing his lyrics from his song. Or read out his lyrics. Mr. Weah did not come out and say, you know what? For the past 5 years, every year we put up 200 or 250 young people with certificate of achievement. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. And you sitting down there and allowing this man. George Weah got nothing to lose. His son in America is going for the World Cup. George Weah was broke. Now today he is a wealthy man. As you saw in the video, he got nothing to lose. Sedition that around the world that don't live in Liberia, they don't have anything to lose. They are depending on the white man country they live in to survive. So if you on the ground, you go make that second mistake by putting George Weah in office, you can just forget about your future now and worry about your children about the future. You hear what I say? If you put George Weah over there for another 6 years, for you, forget about your future. But then you got to worry about your children's future. Because not a single citizen that live in America here or in Europe will come back and tell you, say, oh, really? A job we are win, a job we are lose, I will regret. No, they will not tell you that. A job we are win. You see today, job we are president, you see most of them that live abroad, you see them crying about job we are. No. They going to work, they enjoying. But what about you in Liberia? Why you think the citizen in America, in Europe, could not go back to Liberia and put their life on hold for 17 years? They wouldn't go and visit and come back. They know what job we are doing to you is very, very bad. But that's who they are because they're benefiting from it. But the benefits are supposed to be shared across the board. Your own citizens are stabbing you in the back. That's how evil they are. They agree together to make sure that some of you guys don't be equal to them. And that's why they allow you guys to suffer like this. 17 years. Can you imagine 17 years? That's plenty of years. But when you ask the supporter of George Weah and his partisan of CDC and say, okay, let's agree that what Jeremy is saying, it doesn't make sense. Can you get me 10 Liberians between the age 18 to 37 under the George Weah government that did not go to college, but they have acquired different technical degree or certificate or diploma? Show it to me. Show it to me. Show it to me. Bring 10 young men mixed with women. What is 5 plus 5, 7 plus 3? Give me 10 from each county. From the entire 15 counties. 10 times 15, isn't that 150? Let them bring 150 young people just for 1 year from all 15 counties. And say these people every year, we were giving them vocational education. That means your life was not on hold. You did something for yourself and acquire something. But George Weah did not allow you guys to acquire anything for yourself. That's how wicked George Weah is. George Weah, right now when you ask, say, George Weah, bring all your ministers, then you can land on here. Samuel told you, what did you have before you became finance minister? Nothing. What do you have today? Go see for yourself. Jefferson Koji, yes. What do you have, or what did you have before you became mayor? Nothing. But what do you have today? This. And you name all the list of all the government officials. But you're the diehard partisan. If somebody asks you, for the past 17 years, you've been beyond CDC, right? What have you acquired? Not even a job. To even be able to send your child to school. My friend, you are the supervisor for your own life. George Weah wanted to maintain his life. So he put an idea together to bring you guys together, thinking that you guys will help him, which was actually a good thing to do. Which was a good thing to do. Anybody that come up with an idea, because the society run on ideas. People come up with idea, you read into it, it makes sense. You say, yes, I think it's right. But where the water meet the bridge is when that idea comes to fruition. How do we distribute for everybody to get? George Weah did not do it. I challenge any sedition. George Weah said in his 4 pillar, pillar 1, education and training. And under that same thing, it talks about youth empowerment. Since Weah became president, how many young people today can show you certificate in any other technical area that George Weah managed to give to them? Nobody. Nobody. That means that if you are 20 years old and Weah became president, you are going to be 26 years old next year. And imagine at the age 26, nothing Weah has done for you. If you are 30, you're going to be 36 years old. If you are 40, you're going to be 46 years old. And then, of course, when you are 50, you will be 56 years old. Now, let's go back again. And if you decide to say, all right, I get Weah another 6 more years, 26, you're going to be 32. 36, you're going to be 42. You willing to go waste a year again? You going to go waste a year? That means you can just forget your own now. Like one of my men can say, my man, just wait until God can and destroy the earth, then we'll all die, we'll go back, then you come back again. You can't afford to do that. The power belongs to you guys, the Liberian people. A George Weah cannot do the right thing. Remove him and bring in somebody different. Y'all got to learn to give the leader them one term. A Liberia become a country that can give leader one term. Weah will not do what he doing to you. You see, if people are giving Ellie Johnson said one year term and said, no, Ellie, the thing you promised us, you didn't do it for us. No. We are going to do everything for you in your first 6 years rather than putting himself first. And that is why I'm here to tell you guys now that you need to start. You're the voter in Liberia at the boss. You're the one that own our country. You're the one that own our country. If you can teach Liberian people sense. Look, you know how you can grab commies? Let me tell you how you can grab commies. May we are one-term president and get coming in there. Coming will be shivering. Because coming will get the message and say, oh, hey, that one thing, yo, I think I better put the people first. Because if not, I can forget about my second term. If you're meeting that kind of employment performance, anybody that become president of Liberia, along the election, the first thing that will be in their mind, the Liberian people over there, they're not stupid. Nobody stupid here. That when that phrase will be really applicable. Nobody stupid here. When you start sending message to George Weah by making him one-term president, that when you can walk up to him and say, George Weah, nobody stupid here. We gave you 17 years of our life. And all you gave to us is to show to us how many homes, bank account you are getting for yourself. So nobody stupid here. And make sure we are one-term president. When you do that, Liberians, you will go on top of the list of a no-nonsense country on our continent of Africa. You will send one of the powerful message to every politician in Liberia. That if you don't do the right thing, nobody stupid here. You know that nobody stupid here should be revamped, should be recalibrated, should be rebranded. When you say nobody stupid here, it means that you build houses for yourself and you did not care for all the Liberian people. Nobody stupid here. You going out the door. You can still be a sedition. You see, the one good thing about being in a party, it's not for the party, but it's for the interest of everybody in the country. Sedition can vote against George Weah and put in somebody as long as that person is willing to be what? A president that will do the right thing for you. The man in Nima County will vote for the man from the man in Nima County. He voted for George Weah, right? Does he change the country of origin? No. He never changed the country of origin. The man from Babalu voted for George Weah. Did he change the country of origin? No. So the same thing at political party. If your leader serve the people right, you vote for him. If he does not serve the people right, tell him nobody's stupid here. We belong in the party. But the thing you did, Nobody's stupid here. We got to let you go. We got to let you go. CDC, if you set that example, if you be the first party to take George Weah down, you will be one of the most powerful party. You will be one of the most powerful party in the world. You will set the greater history that everyone going forward will say, you know what? There was a party that George Weah established. But the people turned against George Weah because he put himself first. You will be making one of the greatest history in the political realm. That you have voted for George Weah, but George, and you already know the problem. It's easy to explain. All you need to do is to tell every meaningful Liberian that we voted for George Weah, gave him a mandate to be in power for 6 years. And that mandate was to improve our life. But we put our life on hold. But when George Weah got there, he misused that opportunity and acquired wealth for himself. He and his ministers, they got rich overnight. And here we are. So our message to Mr. Weah is nobody's stupid here. We have been loyal to you for 12 to 17 years. And you did not pay us back. We are not stupid here. Nobody's stupid here. So Mr. Weah will remain sedition. But you got to go. Trust me, sedition, if you do that, you will own that party. And when anybody come in there, they will get to the back of their mind that they wear your law so much. If you can get rid of him and put another party candidate with your support, you will become a force to reckon with. And guess what? Other party members will start to join you guys, including supporters. That even if Mr. Cummings get there, your area will be telling Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, we the ANC, you see what decision there? If you don't do the right thing, we'll join the sedition to get rid of you. And who will not want to be there for 2 years? You need to show to the world that you guys own our country. The citizens that live abroad that are eligible to vote in America, some of them voted for Donald Trump, some of them did not vote. But they got the power to change something in the country. So you need to think about that. Let me eat my food here, my food getting cold. And I need to go take my daughter to work. So we'll talk more in the evening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is something that I started doing since 1998 when I did my speech communication class, doing my associate degree in Trenton, New Jersey. We always was encouraged by our professor that usually we would go on the stage and give our speech, and then he would tell us, say, go home and wash yourself. So I got very much accustomed to that. And most of the time, I video when I get spare time, I sit down and watch myself and see how I perform and what I said and stuff like that. But this time around is different because it is putting history into perspective. Everyone that is on Facebook should encourage themselves to at least once every month make a video of yourself. Say something. Whether you support something or don't, say something. Because it will come a time that you will not have the opportunity to say what you think you may have wanted to say. But what I would tell you here, for me, I'm saying a lot of things. Right now, I'm broadcasting on YouTube. So you go to the J Randy Free Voice, J Randy Free Voice. You will find me on YouTube. Just type in J Randy Free as in FREE Voice, VOICE. You will find me broadcasting there because I'm trying to catalog all my broadcasts here. That message is a very powerful message. It is powerful because it is linked to tonight's topic. Why I decided not to support George Weah re-election. It's going to be a turning point tonight, moving forward. After a very long ride with the CDC, I started with them, visited them twice in 2011 and I believe 13. Attended one of their chapter events in Philadelphia, specifically on Ceylon Avenue. And then a year later, I was also invited to Baltimore, Maryland to participate in another chapter event. And then I lay low for a while. And then by 2016, I was live on radio LIB in Monrovia and decided to support Mr. Weah. And we ran a very good campaign. Let me see here. Let me see here. I think I did send something to myself here. Let me see what I can print that down. Yeah, I should have done that when I was talking. But anyway, I think I have it here. Let me see here. All right, there you go, right here. That's the first one right here. Let me see where I can download this. Because everything I say, I like to just relate myself to that. Let me see here. What's this other one here? Oh, okay. Where is the other? All right. So I think I got something here for you guys to show to you guys here quickly. Let me see what I can. I don't know why you'll be able to upload here. I doubt it, but let me see. I doubt it might upload, but let's see. All right, so let's go here. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt to try. So I'm trying to show you guys something here. Where is it? Maybe able to show. Let me see. That's why I love my other software. It was going to show that. Let's see here. Oh, it's coming up. Is it? Is it? Is it coming up? Yeah, I didn't see any sign. Maybe it should be coming up. Let's see down here. I don't think it's coming up. Maybe it is. I'm not too sure. But there's something I wanted to show you guys here. Let me see. It should be able to come up, I believe. It should be able to come up. Guys, please bear with me. I want to show you guys something here. I want to show you guys something here. Yeah, I just downloaded that. I saw you here. Are you coming to join me? Yeah, let's see here. Come and join me here. So let's see here. Click this and then try to open it. It's not taking it. All right. So she's not taking it here. But what I was saying here is this. So I started with the CDC party in 2016. We did a lot of groundwork for them, and then by 2017, the groundwork was already done. And then by 2017, it was the very first time where I found myself on Facebook campaigning for the CTC. We ran a very successful campaign. At that time, there were seeing many Liberians Facebook talk show and stuff like that. Yes, there were not many Facebook live talk shows. So we ran a successful campaign, and at the, after the election, I came out and started providing constructive criticism for the government. And from 2018 up to last week or week before last, I continue to criticize the CDC government as well as opposition. But it cannot be too long as the way it has been. So I have been very neutral of not supporting the CDC party and not joining any political party. So I finally decided when I was leaving the CDC party that I would not join any political party. And I still stand by that. But what I can do or will do is to support a party, but not join a party. A party that I believe that might help the Liberian people. And that is why today I am leaning towards giving my support to the ANC party. I know many Sidicians will be hurt. There are some good friends, but for the coming 2023 election, I am not going to be supporting CDC. I will not be supporting CDC. I'll be campaigning against CDC because I believe that CDC had a time. Yes, CDC had a time. They had the opportunity to be better. They had the opportunity to listen. But I think the party has grown now. I think Mr. Weah feel that they have gotten stronger now. So they are able now to go and do things beyond those are all who pioneer the whole CDC strategy. I think they feel that they are better than us now. They are stronger than us. So they can move on. But the reason why I decided not to support CDC anymore is because Mr. Weah is not in the interest of 85% of Liberians. Yes, Mr. Weah is not in the interest of 85% Liberian in our country. The interest of people Mr. Weah support, in my opinion, is around 55% Liberian. That's how I see it. It's not in the interest of 85% of the population. He has cut off speech from 85%. I mean, he has cut off speech from majority of the Liberians. And as a leader, you cannot run a country like that. As a Liberian, and as someone who is also on the different talk show, I'm just one person. That's what I would say to you guys. I'm just one person. But I have done my part. And I have my right to speak on whatever I believe I need to talk about. CDC will survive without me. I will survive with all CDC. But many of you who follow me, many of you that know me, will say, Randy, yes, you did everything possible. But the people in the party were not willing to listen to you. And that was nothing but true. So as the election get nearer, I'm now making this clear that I am not going to support George Weah. I will be campaigning against George Weah. So for all my good friends in the CDC party, I wish you guys the best. We'll be on the other side. Yeah, I wish you guys the best. We'll be on the other side. We have come a long way, and there's nothing that we can do now to reverse anything. We have come a long way. But it's all part of life. So there's nothing we can do about life. I'm putting the Liberian people first. I'm not putting CDC first. There are citizens in America here that live in good life, but they know what job we are is doing in our country and it's affecting other citizens. They are not willing to talk the truth. But tomorrow morning they will say they're going to church and going to pray to God. So I don't understand which God they go, which God they pray to when God says love your neighbor as yourself. I'm not going to judge them based on their religious faith, but I'm just going to tell you that for me, I can live my life like that. I don't see anything good about that. So this coming election, I'll be moving away and campaigning somewhere else. That doesn't mean that I'm in support. I mean, I am a partisan, no. But I clearly understand the emotional illiteracy because many Liberians are filled with emotional illiteracy. They are emotional than the illiteracy over it. So I cannot control that. Everyone, in some way or another, had the opportunity to go to school. They refuse to go to school. Secondly, they are not willing to understand things. So when you say things, they emotionally react to you. And this is where now I cannot help to say I'm not responsible for your unwillingness to learn something, to adapt to it. And I'm not responsible for you not going to school to understand things. So, however you interpret it to be, that is up to your own level of understanding, which I cannot control. What am I saying this is because, oh, the man out John C's, I mean, the man out John ANC, come and get it, man, money, come and get it, man, this. That's fine. That just show to us, I mean, show to the white man how we black people, especially from Liberia, our level of thinking is very low. And you take somebody, you take a picture with somebody, then they say, oh, the person and you got some personal relationship. When I see your kind of comments, yeah, what I can actually say to myself, yes, we the black people, now some of us live in the white man country and see how some of them think about us. When I read the comment, the only thing I can say, thank God that some of us have seen the light. And not everyone of us think the same way. But I will tell you this, we are one of the least when it comes to our thinking, some of us. You take picture with somebody to say, oh, the person did this, oh, the person did this to you. I can't help that. I can't help that. So I will be campaigning against Mr. Weah. And my goal here is for Mr. Weah to not be president. If Mr. Weah win, that's fine. But I would tell you that it's not going to change anything. You can give Mr. Weah 27 years from now. He's not going to change anything. Mr. Weah has bought himself into the evil group that misled that country for a very long time. Because they see identical things that took that country even to war and backward. That's the same thing Mr. Weah is saying today. It's just that a few handful of people who came to know Joe Weah as a soccer legend, that the only thing that separates Mr. Weah's behavior and action from the rest of the other people, because he plays soccer, and most of the young generation, because their minds are limited to nothing but sport and sport and sport. So Mr. Weah still enjoy that pleasure. But when you look at the ministers, you'll be seeing that very soon here. What are they doing for the country? Nothing. Then you got a few handful of him surrogates then, 12-year ruling, 24-year ruling. These are just worries. Just like when the bird gets in the morning, tweet, 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 tweet. It doesn't even know whether it will end the day. Because when you look at it, when I'm talking about 12-year ruling, do they have their own destiny in their hands? Do they know what they're talking about? They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. But because they just got a mouth and they know how to use the phrase and they got a finger and they got the phone or the computer, then they get right. I don't pay attention to the kind of people because their own destiny in this country or wherever they are It's not controlled by them, it's controlled by other people. People who make decisions for other people, whether at home, at work, or higher institution, they don't just get up and make comment like that. But you find most of our men, they are always in this kind of category here. So don't waste your time behind, because that means they don't even understand things, but they just come and make comment in this thing. And that's how Liberia is. Like I said in that video, 17 years, young Seditian put their life on hold to support George Weah. But the moment George Weah became president, he decided to put himself first. Until Liberians begin to understand that the politics in Liberia, as it relates to electing a politician, if you elect a politician that you don't know very well, that politician will put himself first by solving his problem before he think about you. Because he's not coming to solve your problem. So until Liberians understand that Liberian politicians are seeking your vote not to help you, but they want you to help them so that they can solve their problem first. Didn't you see that with George Weah? Didn't you see that with Darius Dillon? Of course you did. Then plus the other people that left. And that's how other they are. Yes, that's how they are. That's how they are. That's how they are. They're not here to help. This year should be a year where Mr. Weah is supposed to be visiting all the different counties, looking at major projects. From what? From the list. Every county should have a vocational training. Mr. Weah should have been going from the different counties and seeing the progress. Now, one supporter of George Weah or Daha Sedition has ever come up and in the writing you see, all the writing you see here, and say, ready, let me post the link here so you can see how much work George Weah had done. There's nothing. You know what they always do? Oh, George Weah faced the road in Douala. George Weah faced the road in Grand Bassa. George Weah faced the road on Broad Street. George Weah faced the road. That is one of the least lower common denominator of a very unorganized government, where anybody from anywhere can just fly from that corner and come and say, yes, I got it, I got this, I got this. That's not how government operates. That's not how a refined institution operates. But that's the kind of government that George Weah is running in our country. He don't get any money and go pay money here and there. No, they sit across table and sign contract where people get to see. But when they take the money and the project for which that money was delivered to them, they got no way to track it because they're not doing nothing to change the people's life in this country. And that's why I decided to move away. Now, tell them again, Mr. Weah are the key people in our country that destroy our country. And let nobody blame any minister in George Weah government after George Weah is defeated and they pack their load and leave. Nobody should blame any minister in our country but Nathaniel McGill and Samuel Weah. You saw them today in a parade there, right? These are the two people there who calling me here today. Oh, Dennis Job, you calling me today. Come on, Dennis Job, you had a whole day here today, man. Come on. The brother here living here, doing his stuff, then the job. I'm busy right now, then this job. I'm busy, then this job. You will get a message. You will get a message. Right? So the government is unorganized. They got nothing, not a dashboard, no key performance, absolutely nothing. Nothing. Go to your government, your state government website. You will see list of projects. Go to your county. Go to the developmental county board or whatever. You will see their list of projects. You will see list of projects. You see list of projects. You see list of projects. You got a government that cannot even put together a list of what they have accomplished. Mr. Weah this year, Mr. Weah should be running on his progress. And let me show you guys what I mean here. All right. Those of you who were here yesterday, get used to this platform here if you just come here for the first time. This is not other platform. No, here is like a regular platform. Here, things are done from an institutional standpoint. Things are done from a training or a corrective action here. So here is the South Africa ANC platform for 2019 after being in office since 2019. They were running for re-election. And this is what they put up as their progress report. Let me try to reduce myself from the photo here so we can see it. And I think here it should be all right here. Yes. So as you can see here, this is South Africa here, right? If you look here, they will give you. Let's go back here so you can see some of the statistics here. So what you just saw in the previous slide, as you can see, the arrow is going up this way. The tail of the arrow is down here to your left-hand side. And then there are some major landmark area that they are improved on here. So in 1994, when Nelson Mandela came out of jail, the ANC party, they started their political engagement for the people of South Africa. So they are giving statistics here in all the different key improvement areas. But just to give you a summary map, is what they have right here. They say, for example, electricity by 1994. Let's come back here again so we can see what electricity is here. Let me see where I can find the electricity one here. I think I may have passed that. Yeah, I think I may have passed that. Electricity should be somewhere. I see health, social security. Let's see. I think electricity should be embedded somewhere here. I don't see electricity here. I see water here. Okay, why don't we just do water? Let's do water supply. Let's do water supply here. That would be a perfect example here. So it says that in 1994, only 6 out of 10 South Africans had access to clean drinking water. All right. But today, when you look at the ratio here, they are increased that number to 88.6%. Why it is true that from 94 to 2019 is a very long year. This is not a party first time running. they got a history of every election where they provided their what? Their progress report. So from 94 up to present, this is what they call accumulative progress. The progress has accumulated over time. Either you're looking at yourself from 12 years old all the way to 34 years old, what you had done. So for every year, they have been increasing this thing, increasing the thing. That is why the number is here. So with such a very successful accumulation of sector performance, from electricity to social security to water supply, they are clearly indicating that they are making progress, and that's why the arrowhead continuing to look towards the north because it is showing growth. Now, when you look at the CDC platform of Mr. George Weah, all right, how does he measure his success? Very easy. Mr. Weah can come here and put in his platform here, as you will see, and let's blow that up. And when we ran Mr. Weah campaign, we ran Mr. Weah campaign on a platform that was basically divided into what they describe as the four pillars. Pillar 1, Pillar 2, Pillar 3, Pillar 4. Why it is true that Mr. Weah Williams did 6 years so far, it is still remain unrecognizable whether Mr. Weah got any percentage of progress as it relate to every bullet point here. It don't necessarily have to be 100% of progress. Mr. Weah can even say at the 1% or 100 of improving quality education and training across the country and give that percentage for every county. Do the same for health and sanitation. Because this coming election, Mr. Weah is not going to run on these things here anymore. When we ran this campaign of George Weah in 2017, the campaign was ran on these bullet point issues that Mr. Weah and his government identified in 2017. So it was a platform, it was a manifesto, and usually any political party that want to take leadership of a country through electoral means will come up with the political, social, economic, and you name all the issue and consider that as their manifesto or platform, with the hope that when they win, that will turn into their policy. Mr. Weah and the CDC government, they have crossed that level. They've been in power for 6 years now. So when they won that election in 2018, this whole thing automatically became a policy. It was no longer a platform. So you need to understand it too. You need to, because CDC now is a government now. So all the things that the promised Liberian people just put in place will make all the things to work for the Liberian people. They already put them in power. So what are we asking for now? How much progress you guys have made on these things? And that is why I'm asking them to go across the 15 counties, starting with the first education and training here, and show me 10 people from each county that have gotten any vocational skill education, that we can measure it against the population in our country. 10 people in, I call it, 10 people from each county. Everybody got maybe about 3,000 people in the town, or 4,000 people, or 5,000 people, and you got 10 people who got vocational skill. We can take that number to be maybe 10% divided by whatever the number is, or 10 people divide by whatever the number is, and put that into a percentage and express it over 100 to say, yeah, Mr. Weah, you did well. Even though the number is small, you did well in G when you come to vocational school. And then we do the same thing for every county and work our way back to Muscle County. But Mr. Weah is yet to provide us information. So the question is, what is he going to campaign on in 2023? When you look at the South Africa model I just showed you, right now, Unity Party seats ANC, especially ANC. ANC got her platform that she never put to use. Unity Party got her platform because Joseph Boka said he not changing any vision. He's going to complement any vision. So you already know what any vision is. As far as looking at political party platform and vision, especially their platform, the ANC platform has never been accepted by the Liberian people. By next year, by God's grace, if they are given an opportunity, that when their platform will be put into action. Other than that, the CDC had their platform. They want Joseph Walker. This platform was accepted by the Liberian people, but now the CDC cannot come out now to give the Liberian people a progress report on all the bullet points here. All the bullet points. All the bullet points. Because these are things that Mr. Weah, going from one county to another, should be able to say to the people of each county, we are done well in education and training, health, sanitation. Every bullet point here should have an impact in every county. But do you think Mr. Weah got that idea? No. Mr. Weah doesn't have that idea. That is why they are mad with some of us. Because when we put things into action, we expect deliverable. But when you see the other hanky-panky guys around here that don't understand nothing, but they are just like zombies that are told to say, go there, tell the person Rennie looking for a job. That's how absent-minded many of them are. And that has some of them kill people because they will tell you, go shoot that man. They just go and shoot the man. They don't even ask questions. I'm sure they are done it to some of you guys. By the time you go to the man looking for a job, because somebody told them. But these are people who say they got children. Their children walk up to them and say, Daddy, how can I do my work? And they give directive to their children. But then somebody will tell them, say, God said the man looking for a job. Then they go there. And they say the man looking for a job. Do you really take those kind of people serious? But that's a typical stereotype of a very Irish Liberian black man. How they think. Even your own child in America here, when he tell he or she something, say, why, mommy? Why you want me to do that? Why you want me to do that? That just go to show that the children that are being born in the white man land, their mindset does not adapt our own what? Our own Liberian behavior. Our own Liberian behavior. It does not accept it. That's how they are. Tommy, I was not on the ground when George Weah won. I was in America when George Weah won. I'm now going to Liberia. I run my campaign here. There are Americans who are part of the Air Force. They don't go to Fort War. They stay right in certain part of Utah, Minnesota, and use the drone to fly somewhere else. Technology is too advanced now for people to cut. So now you got to cut down costs. You got to cut down the overpopulation. You got to cut down and improve social distancing too as well. Now that it has been added to traveling nowadays, I don't have to travel over there. The idea can be adapted here and taken over there. But that's a very good question. But I'm not going there. Once I get my voice through the radio, I will go down there. But that's what's happening now. So the CDC this time, folks, when George Weah go campaign, you should be asking George Weah, Mr. Weah, your full pillow. Take the map of Liberia. Take the map of Liberia. Draw the map of Liberia and put all the counties in it. And give it to any seditious, including Mr. Weah. And say, Mr. Weah, here is the map of Liberia. Let me see whether something, because for me, I always like to be very open with example and stuff like that. Let's come back to Mr. Weah full pillow here again. And let's see what we can find the map of Liberia somewhere in here. I hope that we can find him. Okay, there you go, right here. Good example. So let's blow this up and look at the map of Liberia, right? So here's the map of Liberia here, right? So the easier way to grab Mr. Weah, tell Mr. Weah, say, Mr. Weah, here, what is the percentage that you are getting in improving education in Lofa County here? Let Mr. Weah give you a number here. Then you come all the way down here. You see River says here. Say, Mr. Weah, here, as far as water and sanitation go, what percentage have you improved water in Riverside? Please put a percentage expressed over 100 here. Then you come all the way down here. I believe this is Mosurado right here. I guess Mosurado here, I believe here. Mr. Weah here. What percentage have you improved? No, I think this is a Banga here. It should be Bon County here. I see sound over here. The map is so bad off. And but I believe this is Mosurado right down here. So let them give you a percentage of what they had done across every county here, and guess where you'll be taking your question from. Your question will be coming from the full pillow here. Every bullet point that is listed on the page, infrastructure, agriculture, sustainable economic growth, everything here that come here. In fact, you should hold it here as your cheat sheet to spy on it and ask your question and carry it back to them and say, with all due respect, can you guys use that to fill all the progress report of our country here? Because that will measure the overall progress, achievement of Mr. Weah. But they don't have it, folks. They do not have it. They do not have it. They do not have it. And that's why they can't make any case. And that's why they will make all the fool out of the Liberian people over there, because the people themselves, they are illiterate. They move by physical things. You know how often and how long our people have been seeing ambulance arriving to their villages? I remember when we were very little in Nima County, we used to hear they say, oh, the government people then coming. When we were in Morovia going to school, oh, they say, well, the president coming, go on the road. And the same style that is still taking place today. The government had not done anything. They put young people's life on hold for 17 years. And nothing Weah can do. That visit, you saw Mr. Weah today passing through Banga Bon County. They said they're going for a retreat. A what kind of retreat? A cabinet retreat. Really? You've been in office for 5 years. And now you say you're going on a retreat? Retreat for what? Retreat for what? Those guys got nothing to do in that town. They got nothing to do in that town. Absolutely nothing. All right, let me progress here. So let's listen to this. This video.
We see the atmosphere is already
and let me tell you guys the one. Let me tell you guys this. This is something that you might not take for serious. You see how people been lining the road here? I can give you multiple videos from President Tubman days to Turbo days to early days, Charles Taylor day. They very rule here. Many Liberian past leaders travel on this road. Only different there, every one of them had their own generation. If we don't take time by the year 2065, if nothing is done, the same role with different leader, again, it will be different generation. That's how fucked up that country is. So let's watch the image here now, right? Let's watch the image.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kwame Opawich, and we are headed to Nimbabong County. Not Nimba, sorry, we're headed to Ganta, Nimba County, where the president is expected to hold this cabinet retreat. But we just stopped to Bangabong County, and in Banga here, we see the atmosphere is already jam-packed. This is the Ganta, the corner of Ganta. This is the corner of Ganta, or this road is the one that headed to Lofa County, to be exact. But the atmosphere here is so beautiful. This is Bangabong County, and the retreat is actually going to be happening in Ganta. But it seems that Christmas has come too early for this president, because you see all the way up there in Banga, and this is supposed to be, if you look at it when it comes to the election affairs, this is supposed to be Ortasap County. This is a county where you expect a lot to be happening, and we're here between the roads, where guys clear the road, and you see cars are coming from all over. The cars are coming from all over, and I mean, Nimba County going to be on fire. But this is the atmosphere here for you. Let me set the atmosphere. You see a lot of citizens out here. We come.
Now, let's look at some specific thing here, right, guys? I mean, for me, I don't just play the video because I just want us to have picture to show. When you watch the video, what comes to your mind? You have a country with a population of 5 million people. When you look at the people in Accra, you look at the demographic of people in Accra, you see between 7, 8 years old to maybe 60, 65 in that place. What the next question that comes to your mind? Why are these people on the road when there should be other things occupying them today? But there is none. The country has become so tired because there's nothing to do. Can you imagine the state you live in, your governor coming to town, and then you just leave everything and just go sit down and go be on the road? You imagine that in the 21st century or 2022, those things that used to happen back in the days should be of the past now, or should be in the past. But you still got grown people coming on the road and lining up. It's the praise and worship, the micromanage of our people. See, when you try to spread decentralization, you empower people. These people are acting on the on the order of the superintendent who report to the president. You got to count, president coming. You got to count, the president coming. It will pass on to the town chief. The town chief will pass it on to the town choir. And then you find people on the street. That's the kind of country we got today. Very unproductive country. Why? Because the man they call George Weah is not innovative at all to change anything. The idea is not there. He came and kept the same status quo. They sing, praise, and worship, macro-manage people. So don't be surprised. This thing happened in the 50s, in the 40s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even in the early 90s. Taylor then used to be on the road, you put your camera to see them. He got job we are today. Anything going to change? No. Only their economic well-being has changed over time. So let's watch the drama. Let's watch the drama, folks.
Come out here to this particular banner. Guys, you want to open this for me? Let me read this banner for you watching. It said, Friends of Nathaniel F. McGill. You see that one right there? Friends of Nathaniel F. McGill, Bunk County. So it tells you that this man right here, Honorable...
You see the praise and worship right there? That's a praise and worship. The fact that he carried his finger there pointing it. This guy is a government official. But he wants you to see. You see there. What does that mean? Is that something that you take as a trophy? No. That's how they secure their job. That's how they get recognized. Because there are few agents of these government officials that are watching. Oh, you see our man here? You saw the man pointing at you? Yes. It got to stop, friends. This is a typical douchebags, a typical hustle man on the job, just to speak to the picture is not enough. But he must finger point. That's how they are conditioned the people's mind. That's how they are conditioned the mind of the people. And not to mention the guy in the blue beret here. But then he wants you to believe that they are typical Liberians or Irish Liberians in that part of the country that they decide to print a banner and come out. It's nothing but a political charade. That's why it is. These are the people that need to understand that they have put their life on hold for a very long time. You know how long they've been holding that banner? And where they're sleeping now? What they ate before they went to bed last night? That's how sad it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how sad the country is. We can have all the hope around here, see things in other countries and hope in our minds. But the reality on the ground, the people are being destroyed. They are being destroyed. Coming get elected tomorrow, he cannot solve all the problems in 6 years. Even in 12 years, the country is mentally, physically, emotionally destroyed. So let's continue to watch. Imagine you went to Ghana, South Africa, Rwanda. You got pressmen who is part of the government, just there. Yeah, there. So there are people in America that are watching that thing right now who are seditious and watch that thing today. Yeah, look at the man over there. They don't allow you to think for yourself. They don't allow you to think for yourself. Let's continue.
Nathaniel McGill has planted his roots in this particular county. You heard about the scholarship forum and all of that. It's called Yoker GA Women Group for the reflection of President Weah 2023. Let me find who is the head of this group. Who is the head of this group? Okay, ma'am, how are you?
Hello.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Getu.
Get to talk about this group and why you guys are out here in this massive number.
My name is Getu Bolivar.
So you see the problem right there, folks? You see why sometimes these videos should be used as a teachable moment? Rather than talking about the success of the government over the past 6 years, They are leapfrogging now into the election. So he sees that now is a picture perfect frame that he had captured and now bringing it to the people there now. So their mind now is into 2023 now. So whatever Jay Rennie is talking about based on this year, no, you can forget it, Jay Rennie. You know, somebody told me a very interesting story today. And you don't want to know that story. If you want to know that story, just 10 years. 10 years for me, I will tell you the story. If you want to know the story, just 10 years. Yeah, if you want to know the story, just 10 years. It's in regards to this thing. If you want to know that story, just 10 years. If you want to hear the story, just 10 years. Liberia, I'm telling you guys now, it's going to take 2065 before Liberia will become a better country. 2065. It is my mathematical projection. By 2065, you, myself, every one of us will be dead and gone because our generation is unwealthy to make Liberia a better country. I see all the yes. Thank you, guys. The Ministry of Transport that's supposed to work with the Liberia National Police Traffic and Safety Division. The man who is head of that division, a very close friend, informed me that they had a conversation with the Minister of Transport and was wondering what are they going to do to begin to address the numerous challenges that are faced and continue to face driver and passenger as it relates to vehicle safety and vehicle operation in the country as minister. The Minister of Transport said that the people way are leaving you. We don't want to disturb anything. Did you hear what I just said? That the people way are living. So that means if a guy is operating a vehicle without license, they're not going to change anything. If a vehicle is operating with no brakes and there should be a safety inspection, it's not going to change. That's the kind of country we're dealing with in that place. So those who, I believe, leaving Liberia to pursue higher education, my friend and open advice is just go to that country and learn and remain there. Because if you go back to change things, you must find a leader. And that's why I believe that the ANC, through its leader, Mr. Cummings, to me, is the last hope for our generation. He is the last hope for our generation. I'm not saying there wouldn't be another leader, but for our generation now, before we hit 2065, Mr. Cummings is the last hope for our generation. We try Ellie, nothing. We try Weah, nothing. If you look on the political football field right now, Una Cummings now is the only hope for our generation. If it get lost, then we'll springboard straight to a long wait until 2065. That's it. And that's the reason, or one of the reasons, why I'm leaning towards ANC now. Imagine the Minister of Transport telling you that the people way of life. These are people who are head of ministry that were legislated by law to begin to improve conditions that poses harm to people and property. But you got a minister telling you that the people way of life. And do you think that statement is not true? Well, look at the country itself and see how people operate in the country. Look at the country and see how people operate in the country. So these guys in the government, they just there to do their own thing. And all they do to the president, Paku, you strong. Paku, you strong. That boy got a long way to go. That's what I'm saying. If the sedition and all Liberians do not stop George Weah, if they gave him another 6 more years, their future is done, but it poses a bigger threat to their children's future as well. Because Mr. Weah is not willing to change anything in our country. Absolutely nothing. So let me progress here. Let me progress. Let's listen to the woman here speak.
Friend of my day, chair,
Okay.
we here to promote President Weah for 2023 to be re-elected for presidency 2023.
But we're not in 2023 yet. Why you out and all of you?
We are so happy with the women of Morgan and with the women of Friend of Mange. We are so happy and we're starting soon for Mange to know that we will back it and we will support it to support President Weah to be elected for 2023.
Tell us, Minister Mange, who is this man?
Mr. Mange is a man that when he say it's for you, it's for you. And Mr. Mange is there for the women. He's there to empower us, to encourage us to be the women in the country. So we love Mr. Mange and we will support Mr. Mange. We will put our head behind Mr. Mange to re-elect President Weah 2023.
What are some of the variables? Somebody say, okay, if you want to send your child to this school, maybe the teacher is good, the food is good and all of that. What are some of the things about this government and the minister you're talking about?
Minister Mange is giving our children scholarship. Some of us there will do able to send our children
To pay school fees,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So Minister Mange is doing it for us in the country, and also the government is so good to us. He's supporting us. He's sending our children there.
The challenge there, that's the challenge there. Don't get mad with these people. These people are symptom. You see the thing here? The root cause. Because our people fail to put in place a robust and sustainable educational system in our country. These people are just the root. I mean, they are just the branch. That woman there 50 years ago, she was a child, I believe. 50 years ago, she was a child. But whatever was planted in the root of not educating our people, that is the feedback we're getting today. The fundamental of a lack of education. You see, the original sin of all the countries on this face of the planet, the original sin of every country on the planet, it was illiteracy. But as man advances across the face of the planet, they started to recognize things that harm them or harm other members of their communities, and they begin to improve on them. As civilization advances, when people start reading and writing, they start to put in place policy, regulation, laws. That is why today in America here, you can bring your child from anywhere. From 1st grade to 12th grade, you will receive call if that child don't go to school. But when that child graduates from high school, you will not receive call from the Department of Education at the university or college level. Neither will you receive call again from the grade school system in this country, because they feel that your child 12-year of education is sufficient to give him or her a sense of common reasoning. Liberia since 1847 had decided not to put an expiration date to the original sin of illiteracy, not only for education, but for everything in our country. And that's the ramification. Because you know what? Those who established our country did not put that fundamental in our country here. So whatsoever problem we got is coming from the root. All we see every year is we change the branch, we cut it out, we cut it out, we cut it out. But the problem in the root. The problem in the root. Every time we chop out the branch, the problem grows up, it comes through the trunk, and it go back in the root. The same praise and worship. Listen to that man over there. He said he called himself director of the Liberia News Agency, but he had politicized that whole institution now to worship one man they call McGill, because McGill is the prime minister. Now, for example, what if tomorrow Cummings get there? Who's going to be coming by the prime minister? Is that going to be the same thing tomorrow too with Cummings? Because that has been the history through our country, right? You see, so the reason why I always say only by 2065, and I just hope that the ANC people are watching this, because their time will come very soon. The same thing CDC people will say, oh, remember, we're not doing the same thing. So, please, ANC people, I'm leaning towards you, but don't give me no false hope. You can care someone else until you get there before I will know. Because there's something in our country that can come over people. And it's called power drunk. The CDC people say, oh, we're not do that thing already. We got over there. Man, come on. We'll change things. The president going on a tour. It's not even time for election. They are printing banners now and saying, oh, yes, it's time for us to go. It's time for us to go for re-election. So let's continue to listen.
On scholarship, he paid our children 12th grade, learn when they are writing,
Right.
paying their school fee, wire fee. So this kind of a man, we can be able to choose in the country.
What if other candidates come out here to you and say, look, we can double that?
No. I want to know the Kennedy. They play what we have started. He have to end it. If anyone can, because if I don't, no, we are not taking that, you go for the third.
No, don't say that. Okay.
No, why is it the woman shouldn't say that? Because that's how he programmed the woman. Look, all these things are stage managed, right? It's just that the people can all stage manage the situation. These things are stage managed, but sometimes the major player they can all stage the management by getting other content. That's what she did. He called himself Liberia News Agency, but he engaged the woman to hear from the woman about one government official. Why should the press secretary, all right, the chief of staff within the president's office, go out there and pay people's school fees? Who's sponsoring that school fee? Where is it coming from to be part of the budget? When you have the Ministry of Education that's supposed to take care of these things. This battle we discuss, I mean, the issue we're discussing here tonight is bigger than World War II. It's bigger than World War II. It's something that is entrenched in our government system. It's nothing but buying people vote. Everything you see over these are people who have been pre-purchased. You see, when election time comes in Liberia, there are those who already pre-purchased the voters. And there are those who come with stimulus package, the brown envelope people. Two things will happen in every election. The brown envelope that I call the stimulus package that will be given to every voters, because at only that time they can benefit. And then those who go around and give money for tuition, hospital bill, when the institutions will be doing these things. That's why the people are fighting the ANC today. Because the ANC is an hostile party that don't understand the root cause of these things. I see Vani Saki trying to say, oh, Vani Saki trying to test the water. And I think they copied my man Thomas Awaji on that too. Oh, what if Walker and Cummings go together? Let me say this to the ANC people. I don't care. I can be to the top of promoting the ANC. If I ever get to hear that Mr. Cummings decide to put hands to Walker, I don't care to what height I can be. I will drop like a free falling object to the ground. And I will be done. I will be done. I'm not going to support the ANC. If I ever get to see that Cummings coming up, oh, let's bring Walker together, I'm done with ANC. I'll go sit down. Walker go sit down with Cummings to cancel all the going again. Weah. I'm not going to support ANC. I can tell you that one now. Even my dead man can come from the ground and say, do it. I will not do it. If that will carry me to hell, I'm ready to go to hell. I'm ready to go to hell. Joseph Walker is not the future of that country. If Cummings hasn't learned his lesson well, I don't want to say what I can say here. But all I can say here is, the moment I hear it, I'm done. I am done. Then that means that Cummings is not coming for any change now. Then that means he's not coming for any change. So let's listen to the woman here. Don't underestimate rumors, Eric. Do not underestimate rumors, Eric. Do not underestimate rumors. But when I hear it, I like to bring it out. The people say, if you want to make a witchcraft stream, when you hear something, bring it out and say it. Let me progress here.
You want to sing one Pele song for me for 5 seconds. What does song say? What does song say?
You can actually feel how the people are making complete ass out of our people. And these are things that they know they are doing to our people. You see that man who broadcasting over there? He was in Pennsylvania here. We'll tell his story another day. Making complete ass all the people in that place. To take the leadership from George Weah, it's an uphill battle to fight. You can win that battle, but the war will continue with the people on the ground because their mindset is very destroyed. Very, very destroyed. They use our native people for their own benefit. Use our native people for their own benefit. Very sad.
I have not seen yet before physically.
You haven't seen the president physically yet?
Yes.
Why?
I don't have the opportunity to always see. So right now, I really wish to see him physically.
Wow. Well, what school you're in?
I just attended the University of Cottington. I just entered my freshman year.
You're in Cottington now?
Yeah.
Okay, Florence, good luck. I hope you get to see the president. And if the president is watching this podcast, Honorable President, I hope you're able now to see that you see all of the guys are out here. Take a look.
Let me progress.
The poor brother will
Okay, people there.
President will not just, he has a lot on his plate for him to chew. He won't just pass through with this kind of numbers without stopping in one county. Your take?
And in fact, they are saying as long as he's touching the life of their children, meaning that he's touching the life of everybody. Because when the kids are in power, they are able to pay back to the parents tomorrow. So that alone have built a lot of excitement to them. And I mean, that different group, people can.
Thank you so much. And this comment from Honorable Martin Zoa is the President Weah is called by the people of Bang Josh Solution Weah. 2023 is a must. That beautiful comment there coming from Zawanya. So let's go. After I just spoke with them, you see, take a look at some of this other group right here. Let's. So the camera's on you, Mom. How are you, Mama? You all right? Misa Mao. Okay, Tamasi. Okay. Okay. So why you guys are out here?
Yeah, we just come here. You can't see Weah. We're waiting for Weah. We're too happy. We're happy. We don't have to be there.
Eid Mubarak.
We are busy.
Yeah.
We can't stay here for.
Wow.
These people don't understand why they are over there, Riverside Pro. The sad things here is the people don't even know why they are over there. I remember growing up in Liberia, whenever Samuel Kayando came from a foreign visit, they used to ask us to leave the classroom to go stand on the line. What do we know at that time? That's the same thing going on here. It's not everybody who vote understand the reason why they're voting. Not all votes are created equal. Not all democratic systems are created equal. People who vote in Liberia don't even understand the reason they're voting. They vote, they put the same people over there that probably remain unchanged. People have been learning all that road there for many, many years, but nothing has changed. You got journalists or the president is passing through, going to Ganta to attend what? Their so-called retreat, right? So what is the purpose of stopping in the county to bring people outside? What is the purpose of doing that? What is the purpose of doing that? One, that wasting of the country resources. It's not election time yet, but they are there broadcasting, using the government equipment and resources, gasoline, vehicle, and bringing news to you and I talking about election as a government official. If that was something like a private survey that is being done, it's different, but you got government official there talking about election. That country got a long way to go, folks. We got a long way to go. Let's come to the next video here, folks. Let's come to the next video here. We are pressed with time now. Let's come to the next video here. Let's come to the next video here, right? So this next video here, it has to do with this one. This is a very short one here too. Let's watch this one here.
What are entering the people room there? And when they ready, they say, "My carry we have." I hate disaster. They say, "My carry for 24 years." Imagine. Oh, they Johnson, they say that Johnson there. I seen it. I 24 years will carry them. They might not worry. Look at the kind of place. Will you imagine the kind of place? So what become of the people in Sony West Point, Plantain, Doe community? If Johnsonville can be like this, they come here. 2023, if we kick them out, then we and me with the library, we serious. Seriously, a real trauma here. Real trauma, man. Look at the kind of pan. Imagine I be walking for the mirror here. Or 15 minutes, I just walking in kind of dirty water. Yeah? Water entering the people room there. And when they ready, they say, "My carry we have for 25 years. Sanaman Swan, we'll kick them out 2023.
Let's see it again, folks.
I hate disaster. They say, "My carry for 24 years." Imagine. Oh, they Johnson, they say that Johnson there. I seen it. I 24 years will carry them. They might not worry. Look at the kind of place. Will you imagine the kind of place? So what become of the people in Sony West Point, Plantain, Doe community? If Johnsonville can be like this, they come here. 2023, if we kick them out, then we and me with the library, we serious. Seriously, A real trauma. We are real trauma, man. Look at that parent. Imagine I be working for the mirror here. Or 15 minutes I just walking in and tell you what door. Yeah? What door entering the people room there. And when they ready, they say, my carry we have for 25 years. Sanama Swan. We'll kick now 2022.
And one thing I know, that guy ain't voting for Joe. I can tell you guys right now, you guys should know about right now, you're not going to be voting. I mean, I know that, the government cannot wholeheartedly be blamed because that's something that I see as a flash flooding. Maybe they don't have the proper drainage system, or they built probably in the wetland area too. So there's so many moving parts over there that may have caused that drainage system as well. I mean, the flooding system as well. But I know for sure, and that would be an issue in of not voting for George Weah. But what I want to bring up here too is another one here. And let's see this one, then we'll go to the last one for the night.
When the president came here, he said no, he would change their condition, he would change their living places.
So there go another praise single here again, all right? So he's going around bringing to you guys attention that the president, has carried on some gentrification, or building homes. But the question is, are these homes built with standards? So let's see what happened here, all right? Let's see what happened here.
You know, when the president embarked on constructing local homes for Liberians, because he said he wanted to change the condition of the people. Initially in Pop-Up Village, the dirt block you see here, the dirt block you see on the floor, there where people used to sleep and live. When the president came here, he said no, he would change their condition, he would change their living places. From this dirt block you see here to this structure you see here today. To this structure you see here today. And this is the change
Really?
we talk about. The change was not to put money in all of the citizens' pockets. The change was to transform people's living condition. And this is a clear manifestation of that change.
So they just go and just look for political opportunity, all right? Putting structure in place. What is the standard as it relates to the core of building that bit? If you look at this, the landscape around there, I don't know what are the spacing in between, or let's forget about how the house is structurally sound, but how the project started. What was done? Was it based on needs and wants, or was it a political suggestion to say, let's do this for the other places here? Because I think that's in Nima County there, right? That's another county that is up for grabs. But how come we don't see none of these things in Mosololo County? I mean, we got West Point over there, right? How come we don't see this thing in West Point? You see, when Mr. Weah have finally figured out that, look, we don't need to give superintendent any right to be elected in any county. As a president, I can go to any county and put down any structure. I will get voted by the very people I'm going to help. That's exactly what this guy is demonstrating here. This project has nothing to do with the people development, but it's politically motivated. It's all about politics. And that's what you're going to see from now to next year. They're going to be showing you different political projects. Two things going to happen from now to election time. Economic stimulus will be given to people in their communities across the country. Political project will be popping here and there because that's what they want to do. And that's how the country operates. They have figured this out now. They know it.
We are talking about a pictorial evidence of that change we are talking about. From this month here, see the mud, this is where people used to live. And when President Weah decided say he would change it, and now he has changed it to this, you see.
Okay, so why don't we do this, right? So let's do this. Sekou Kalasko's life has changed for the better now, right? What about the typical seditionists that live in the country on the ground? When La has Sekou Carrasco gone to community across the country with a mic and start asking people, yeah, you know, were you working during the early administration? No. So what are you doing now? Oh, I'm working now. Yeah. Or what were your educational or your vocational skill during early time? You were not doing anything, right? Yes. Well, are you doing something I know? You will not find Sekou Carrasco going in different communities to look for young people who put their life on hold for 17 years to see how much progress things are made for them under the Weah administration. But when we are put one structure up, then Carrasco ready to come and talk about the houses that you don't see people living in at all. So it is one thing to put in structure, but what about the human capacity? Joe Weah will get old. Sekou Carrasco will get old. We all will get old. But guess what? The reason we born children, the reason a country bring in new and young population is to educate them. The places we live today, the street we drive our car on, the things we see in every part of any country, there were people who lived there. And now we are here and we will be gone and other people will come after us. The human capacity is what happened in our country. The human element is the problem in our country. All these things are all political reasons. That's why it is. That's exactly why it is. So Carrasco is not in the interest of nobody, but he just playing right in the praise and worship book. And that's the challenge. The same thing that happened that gave President Todman 27 unbroken years. That's the same thing. They don't measure nothing on a stand-up platform. Nothing. Not even this thing here. They are not using this. They are not using this thing. Everything the president show, they go and do it. So why Carrasco cannot bring this shit and start to measure? When will you see Carrasco going to sit down in a community and asking young people about the Weah vocational school certificate program? If he ever put one in place? No. That's what they do. So don't waste your time, folks. This video is very, very irrelevant. All right? Get it right here. That's all they do here. Watch them. Politically motivated. Nothing but politics.
You see the structure you see, the how people used to live. And today, now you see the whole living condition of the people change. From the moho you see here to the concrete structure.
Do you really believe that crap? Really? Do you really believe that crap? Let's come to the worst part of the whole show here tonight.
You have done well since you took over as Bongande Health.
The saddest thing about the video here is showing that our country doesn't even have what I would describe as noise reduction respect for the patient in the hospital. If there were even patients in there. The saddest thing about the photo is the fact that noise reduction, whether it is 85 decimeter, less than 90 decimeter, you got in the back of those people a building that said hospital. The first thing I'll run to your mind, there are people in there depending on the service of that hospital. And then right in the front of the hospital, you got people with tuba, with trumpet, blowing and making noise. And what are they singing? The song of the president. You see how our leadership micromanage everything in our country? This is the Liberia we have today, friends. You know what driving this kind of bad behavior and repeated behavior is based on the fact that we refuse to decentralize the leadership in our country since 1847. A superintendents were given the opportunity, along with council of officials in every county, that work side by side with central government. That hospital will be under the leadership of maybe a Liberty Party superintendent and a council of different people from different parties that say the president coming here, he's coming here just to visit. He's not coming to the hospital here. You'll go back in there. But when the government controls everything, that when you get to see the actual meaning of macromanage. These people call themselves health workers. There is nothing that prevents them from catering to the health people, putting people who are sick first, or standing on the road to see government officials. And that just goes show how naive Mr. Weah and his people are. And that's why I say, putting Weah there for this next 6 years, it will further destroy that country for the next 50 years to come. The next 50 years. Even the Ghanaian president, the Guinean president, the Ivorian president will not be going to any village and you find health worker coming outside and dancing in front of the hospital. There's some type of Hollywood or some kind of musical video. Nobody in the red man will see this kind of thing. But that's Liberia for all. That is Liberia for you guys there. That is Liberia there. Then listen to them and watch them. There you go. So when you show this photo here to anyone from Guatemala, Mexico, South Africa, Ghana, their first impression question would be, well, are you guys having some type of party in front of the hospital? Because they will not just go and tell you, oh, are these people health workers? Are these people health workers? They will not ask that kind of question like that. They will just believe that there is some type of maybe body grow activities that are taking place. But you see, when you have a country with a leadership that got no sense of direction, no sense of leadership as to how institutions should behave, then where you go. There could be people in a hospital that are sick. It just goes to show that visiting Liberia, you are at the highest risk. That administrator then on the lady who is the administrator, she dancing too. Ah, boy. All right, let's enjoy it again. So, is there any reason why there is no mask being worn over there, folks? Is there any reason why they're not wearing masks? I thought the health workers should be the principle or role model for mask wearing, right? Because COVID has not been universally declared a non-existing what? Virus again, right? No mask. No mask wearing. No mask wearing. No mask wearing. Wow. Let me progress.
Are you optimistic that those pleas will be ahead too?
Being the president, knowing who he is, he always said people quest to be on his mind. I'm sure when the president hear our plight,
You have done well since you took over as Bon County Health Officer. Now we are going to your 5th month since you took over. What are your further dreams?
my major plan is to improve the health sector of Bon County. That's what I said. Outpatient facilities will help for decentralize the health care. Doctors, ECD command, doctors, and finance doctors,
and we see a lot of her workers here today. How many of them have been brought to work as the president?
the number that we have is over 3,000 healthcare workers. What is that? There is no one around there. As you can see, that's one of what
Thank you very much.
Interestingly, these are people who made their own way to come here. They find their way for the villages, or they find way places to come and work on the bus. They ask them what help, how do we feel about it?
Okay, you as an administrator, talk about how is it that working with what the head of the family and the message to the show
I mean, what I would like to conclude on here is this, right? So the people you see over there, they are not the principal individual to be blamed. They say wherever the head turns, the way the body will turn. I think the health workers, if there is a robust policy in place that focuses on their job priority, that has nothing to do with political interference, some of them could become good workers. I would be wrong to say every one of them, because I know there will be some who will say we don't want this. But this thing, I will squarely put it on the hospital administrators, because health workers, through the partnership of the regional and the country head of the health ministry, should understand the jargon, the rules, the standard, the policy of how things should be done from a medical standpoint. If our people don't implement these things or have not implemented these things, then who are we to blame those who are dancing in the street? And this is where we mentioned about leadership failure, policy failure, and that all goes towards Mr. Weah incompetences level of understanding what institution. The health sector is, again, another critical infrastructure in any country. In any country. So to have health workers dancing in from a major hospital where there are private rooms due to people condition, and then you got health workers not only dancing but in their work, in their health attire, uniform, and dancing in front of the hospital or clinic. How do we measure our country? So this is how far we got to go, folks. Education, education, education. Mr. Weah believe that if people are going to vote for him, but the opposition, you need to start to put that message forward. Do not underestimate them. They can do anything possible. But they only need that education, and they will make the right decision. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this program. We have come to the end of this program. For a Seditian who stuck around, my good friends, Mr. Weah failed to provide a party 2017 platform policy achievement report. You don't know as you go into tomorrow or already into tomorrow and into next year election. You don't know what progress Mr. Weah and his government have made. When you look at this, there's no progress report, nothing. So thank you guys very much. I enjoyed the time tonight. Please share the video. We will continue to repeat that first video of mine until it sinks down to Liberians. Remember, that video is one of the powerful videos again. There are times that certain video of mine can be powerful. For me, I believe the one where I said, if Weah doesn't do the right thing, I'll come back here. That, another one. The last one I remember again is when Delon was going to take on Thomas Farah, and I was driving and say, Delon, Thomas Farah will make the making ass out of you. And I think this one, that you cannot leave, you don't have to leave your party to put Joe Weah out of office. You can remain a sedition and still vote Joe Weah out of office. Those are the three so far since I've been on Facebook that stood up. So this one, we're going to play the one from now to whenever the election will be held. Once in a while, we'll cool it down and then we'll bring it back. Because I can guarantee you, our people, unless we work hard, they might do something wrong. But it's still room. ANC people, you see the vulnerability. Banga got over 328,000 people in that place, I believe. If not up to 1 million now, or 250,000 people. The people that show up today for George Weah, they are not the one that are going to decide the election because there's a minute number of people. So ANC, you need to start your media strategy. So then, guys, I talk to you guys, man. I'm tired. Need to go and rest. See you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you for the video. We'll be back here tomorrow again. Bye-bye, guys.